We have been learning about the moon phases through videos and through reading stories. We are now going to complete an activity to model the different moon phases. You will need your STEM materials bag, and inside there are Oreos, a spoon, and then we will need the sheet from your packet that is called Cookie Phases of the Moon. You'll need a blue and a green marker and a pencil. At the top of the paper, I would like for you to write your name with your pencil. Then you will notice that there's this big open space in the middle. Well, that is where we are going to draw the Earth. The Earth is going to be in the middle because the moon, remember, rotates around the Earth. So I'm just going to draw a blue circle in the middle. And then I'm going to add some green for continents or for the land that's on the Earth. And you just can draw what you think the Earth might look like with the green. As long as it's blue and green, we can assume that we're making the Earth. And then I'll fill in the rest of it with some blue, because that's the ocean. Most of our Earth is ocean. If at any point you can always pause the video to catch up to where I am at. But you should be completing this along with me. There's my Earth. Okay. Our next step is we are going to open a package of Oreos. So you want to open your STEM bag. Pull out a pack of Oreos. Now you should have one long pack with 6 Oreos and then one single pack of 2. Doesn't matter which package you open first. You will also need your spoon. Now, I must say you cannot eat the Oreos. They are for our project. I will also make sure you have clean hands while you are doing this activity. We are going to be doing some labeling on our map. The first thing we should label actually is that this is what is this again called? It's our planet, it's the Earth. So we're gonna write Earth, and Earth needs a capital E. Then what do you think is this over here? That's the sun, yes. Do you remember what colors the sun is? Yeah, red or yellow or orange. So when you are all done with this sheet today, you may want to color in the sun as well, but we're not going to color it in right now. So you have Earth and sun labeled. Now we are going to make the new moon phase. So the new moon phase, we're going to label this right here. This is going to be our new moon phase. And the new moon phase, I'll open the Oreos. Remember, is when the moon is dark and you can't see anything. Okay, so when I have an Oreo like this, I have to twist it because you don't want to break it. I was twisting it gently. Well, this one has a lot of frosting on it. This one only has a little frosting. So this will be easier for me to scrape the frosting off of. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scrape that frosting off. My plastic spoon. Now it's not going to be perfectly dark, so we can't get all the frosting off. We're going to do the best that we can do. That's pretty good. So this is going to be our new moon phase right here. I guess the other idea we could do is just flip it over so it's dark. That works. Okay. I'm going to leave that right there. We might need the other half of the cookie in a little bit. So we have our new moon phase. The new moon then becomes the waxing crescent, which is when the moon is starting to get bigger again. but you'll start seeing, it's not bigger, you're starting to see the light being shined, because the moon always stays the same size. It's just in the sky, you can only see part of it, because the sun is only lighting up part of it. So right now, the reason why we cannot see the moon, and it's a new moon, and it's completely dark in the night sky, is because the sun is behind it. And so there's no light reflecting off the moon for us to see it on Earth. Okay? Now in this one, this is where we're going to make the waxing crescent. So the moon's starting to rotate, and you're going to start to see a little light shining on the moon. It's going to reflect down to the Earth, and we'll see that then. Let's use this other half of the cookie, okay? And we're going to be making the waxing crescent. So I want you to think of this as kind of like the tip of a fingernail. So if you notice on the tip of a fingernail, there's that white part at the top. That's what we're making kind of on the moon right now, or on our Oreo. So I'm going to go ahead and do a kind of a curve. Okay, so we want the white tip part, kind of like the tip of your fingernail. I'm going to go ahead and scrape off this part of the cookie. We don't need all of that frosting. Oh, you're wondering, what am I going to do with all this extra frosting? Well, you'll have to wait and find out. If you want, you could put it on a plate for now, because your spoon is going to need to have some opening to scrape again. So that would be a good idea, if you could put it onto a plate. I do not have a plate nearby, and so I might just put it on a clean napkin. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty good. So that's the waxing crescent. Again, it looks like the tip of your fingernail. Okay, I'm gonna put this like on a napkin, okay? So you might want to hold on to it. So there's all my extra. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next part then. So this light on the moon is gonna keep being more, because as it rotates, the sun is able to have more light is going to be on the moon that we can see from Earth. With a little bit of frosting. So I'm gonna go ahead and twist another cookie. I notice that this one's broken. That's okay. If you come across a broken cookie, just put it on that plate or that napkin. We might be able to use it later. Again, we're just gonna twist this off carefully. Oh no! This is where the frosting might come in handy. So notice that this cookie is broken, and we're gonna be making kind of a large part of the moon next. So what I might try doing first is I'm gonna take some of this excess frosting, and I could put it back onto this cookie. Now, if that seems like too much of a pain, it's pretty good what I did. The other option, is pretty good, is to take the cookie that's broken. Not a big deal that it's broken, because we could always just place it down here like this. And I'm going to I need to scrape half of the frosting off, because half of the frosting will allow me to make my first quarter moon. There we go. So even though it's broken, that's okay. We're not going to lift this off the table. So now we have the new moon, the waxing crescent, and I forgot to write that this is the first quarter. Again, you should be writing this down too. Again, so the reason why there is more light on the moon is that as the moon moves, it's moving to a different side of the Earth, because it's rotating around the Earth, and the sun is hitting a different part of the moon. And so that's how we can see this light coming off of the moon. Okay, we're going to go to our next part, which is called the waxing gibbous. Waxing, friends, means that it is getting more or bigger. That's what the word waxing means. Now this is now going to be kind of like the other part of our nail. So it's going to be like the little The only part that's gonna be black is like the little crescent. So I'm gonna open more cookies. Again, give her come across a broken cookie, which I did right here again. Not a big deal. We'll make it work. This is just for fun, everyone. But a good demonstration, good model. Okay, so I have an Oreo again. Okay, it's a little crumbly. I'm gonna go ahead and twist. Hopefully one side will get more of the frosting. Perfect. Okay, so now that I have that, gotta get rid of some of these crumbs. And we're gonna do the waxing gibbous. Now, it's kind of like the opposite way of looking at the waxing crescent. So instead, you're going to take off the fingertip amount. So I'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to scrape that off. Again, put it on your plate or your napkin. Boop. There we go. So we're missing the fingertip side, but you can see each time it's getting more and more light is on the moon for us to see. So again, the moon is always there, but the light has to reflect off of the moon. We are onto the full moon now, which is when it looks like a saucer of milk, sometimes people say, in the sky. It's going to be a full circle. So the nice thing is that we just got to twist a cookie. And hopefully when I twist this one, because this is kind of broken, this won't take the main part off. Oh, perfect. Okay. Kind of scrape that away. So this part's easy. I don't have to scrape any frosting off. That's the full moon now. So we can see the whole moon in the sky. Now again, the moon is always there. It's just the light now is fully reflecting off of the moon down to Earth, and that's how we're able to see it. Now we're going to go to the waning gibbous. Now waning means it's getting smaller. Sometimes you hear the song, Rain, Rain, Go Away. So sometimes I like to help me remember if something's getting smaller help me remember that waning is smaller by saying, wane, wane, go away. Because now the moon's going to start going away. So the waning gibbous. Now, the waning gibbous is going to look similar to the waxing gibbous, except you'll see that it's kind of like it's flip-flopped. And I have to open more Oreos again. Well, actually, this actually might work out okay. I'm going to use this one. So I see that more kind of missing part here. So again, it's just like that finger tip of your nail is gone. So let's see if I can get a little more gone. It's okay if you have extra Oreos left over. That just means you can maybe eat them. But you gotta wait till I say it's okay. Right now you can't be eating the Oreos. They are for our practice. So here's my waning gibbous. It's kind of just the opposite of the waxing gibbous. Just the other side of it is missing. Now we're coming down to the third quarter. Third quarter will be like the first quarter, just opposite. It'll be flip-flopped. Now I gotta open more Oreos. Ooh, this Oreo's not broken at all. Cool. Look at a nice Oreo. Okay, so I'm gonna twist. Hopefully I take part of it off. Oh, perfect. Okay. So now for this third quarter moon, it's gonna be the opposite of the first quarter. So that means we're going to, again, take half of the frosting off, but it's on the opposite side from that one. Yeah, I'm gonna scrape this off and then I'll put it on a plate or a napkin. There we go. So now we have our third quarter moon completed. Look at that. Cool. Okay, we have one more phase. Now again, like I said, wane, wane, go away. So it's getting smaller. So now this is the waning crescent. Again, it's getting small. It looks smaller in the sky. Is because less light is reflecting off of the sun down to Earth for us to see. Okay, I actually think I'm going to use this cookie because this is one I had before, and I think I can make it into a crescent. Or maybe not. I'll just grab a new one. It's okay to experiment, friends. I didn't even use all my cookies anyways. Okay, I'm going to twist. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay. We're going to use this hat. Again, we're making that fingernail tip. But it's going to be on the opposite side. So you're scraping off a lot of frosting. Okay. Now, friends, when we're all done, like I said, you could color the moon. There we go. So that's the opposite. So we have our waning crescent. So I could color the moon now. And again, you don't have to, but I think I will. I'm going to make this center orange because I felt like when we looked at that in a book, it was very orange. Actually, it was just darker in the middle. And then I felt like it kind of was lighter, more where the sun rays were coming off. I think I'll color this yellow. Okay, friends. So let's just go through the moon phases one more time. So we start off with the new moon. Remember, the new moon is when it is dark in the sky and you can't see it at all, but it's still there. It's just no sun is able to reflect off down to Earth for us to see. Then we go to the waxing crescent. Then we go to that first quarter. Then we have the waxing gibbous. Then we have the full moon. Now that's when all of the sunlight's able to hit the moon and where it's reflecting down to Earth. Then we have the waning gibbous, third quarter, and then finally the waning crescent. Again, waning, remember, wane, wane, go away. So it's like the moon is going away. Alrighty, friends, you need to take a picture of your completed cookie phases of the moon on Seesaw, okay? And then I'll give you a hint once you've taken the picture. Now the picture is key. Take it first. Once you've taken your picture, you are welcome to eat your Oreos. Yum. Okay, enjoy this little snack. I hope you had fun.